So what's good, people? I'm back with another one, and yeah, we're gonna have to be knocking these joints out consecutively every single day because Trump needs all the help he can get, man. Like all the bullying that the Democrats are doing towards Trump, we gotta go hard. Us supporting YouTubers of Trump, we need to go hard because we like this country, right? We love America. I love America. I've been here all my life, and I never saw anything like this. And I never read anything like this in history. So just seeing all this unfold is ridiculous, guys. And it's sad. It's very sad, and it seems like everything was a good setup. Like uh, everything looked like it. Everything looked like it was a good setup. Um, because as you see. Oh, damn! I just dropped my cup. But anyway, everybody see that everybody sees that the pattern with the Democrats. You got the rallying for Biden outside the courthouse right before the verdict or whatever you want to call it, man. Because I don't. This shit get me pissed off. But anyway, when they found him guilty, before they found him guilty, everybody was in formation. You got the people that came out protesting against Trump. You got You got what? Not the Robert De Niro coming out talking all this shit before he was found guilty. Everything was lined up perfectly to make this guy look bad. But guess what? It's not working. It's not working with me. It's not working with you guys. I know you guys are way smarter than that. All right. Um, yeah. Um, we gotta do our part, man. I'm gonna keep mentioning November 5th. November 5th, guys. All right. November 5th is when we gotta do our part, man. We gotta do our part as Americans. If you are dissatisfied of what's going on in the world, we got two wars going on. A third one is going to happen with Russia if NATO keep playing games with Russia, um, and it just keeps going on and on and on. And they bullying Trump constantly, constantly, um, and we gotta do better, man. We gotta do better, man. We do. And I just want to just show this video right here, man, just to remind people to not vote for this guy, Biden. And it's still Trump 2024. I still stand with Trump. And yeah, that's what it is, guys. Um, I love America. I love America so much. And I don't want it to go downhill, or it's like some dictatorship countries, and because the people who are leaving and coming over here, they know the format. They know that this these are the steps of a declining nation, a declining country. They know this. They saw this. This is why a lot of them are going back. They like they come here and they like, hold on, this what happened in Venezuela. Why I'm coming over here if it's about to be like Venezuela? I might as well go back. And that's what's going on. And a lot of Venezuelans, I don't know if that's the right word for it, but they are speaking truth. Um, I can't. It's hard to find these videos because a lot of Venezuelans was rejected. Also, that was trying to come here because Biden and his people found out they was waking up. Like, hold on, this shit is starting to be a banana republic. Like over here in Venezuela. So So they went back, and he don't want that news, and he don't want that type of press. So he's like, yo, just send them right back. And he's bringing in other people that's not talking that type of mess. But yeah, guys, um, we need to really do our job, man. Because um, we have to, man. We have to. You know what I'm saying? It's it's getting really sad here in America, dogs. And to me, if you not having dual citizenship somewhere, then you will be trapped here in America because soon everything is going to be controlled by AI, robots, and if you don't know your way out of here, you will be trapped here. Alright, so everybody needs to vote accordingly. If you don't vote accordingly, you're gonna go through another pandemic. The WHO gonna pass all types of treaties and all, and it's just crazy, dogs. And a lot of people don't know about these things because they don't follow. They don't follow the people who are trying to control your life. You need to follow these people because these people are trying to ruin your life and control your life, take your rights and liberties away. But alright, enough of me, man, because I'm just pissed off, so I'm talking a lot. Alright, so my apologies. Let's just get straight to it. And this is just a reminder. This is a reminder of your boy. Alright, this is a reminder. Alright, so a reminder. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. A reminder. Shout out to Doc Rich. This is a clip from his video that he got on here, but I'm sure he took it from somebody else's. But we all doing our duty to pass this along. We have to pass this around. Alright? Doc Rich will want everybody to use his videos and pass this around. Alright? People forget of what this dude says out his mouth. All the lies and things of that nature, alright? Let's get straight to it. Oh, no.
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
I mean, you got the first sort of mainstream African American who was articulate and bright and clean, nice-looking guy.
Biden recalling his early Senate career, bringing up two segregationist senators, Herman Talmadge and James Eastland, who called African Americans an inferior race. I was in a caucus with James O. Eastland, Biden said. He never called me boy. He always called me son. At least there was some civility. We got things done.
The senators that he is speaking of with such adoration are individuals who made and built their reputation on segregation. The Ku Klux Klan celebrated the election of one of them.
Using the word boy in the way he did can cause hurt and pain, and we need a presidential nominee and the leader of our party to be sensitive to that.
My Democratic colleagues don't like me saying this. I think the two-party system is good for the South and good for the Negro, good for the black. Other than the fact that they still call me boy, I think they've changed their mind.
As also noted, Robert C. Byrd was a parliamentary library, a keeper of the institution of the Senate, and he was the institution itself. For a lot of us, he was a friend, and he was a mentor.
Did y'all just hear that? He was a friend. So, he was a friend. Did you just hear that? He was a friend. Wow, 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 wow. And everybody wants to bring this dude as president. Like, to me, it's the older people, man. That's just my opinion. Shout out to the older people. I don't got nothing against y'all, but y'all need to know what the deal is, alright? I hope y'all watching this video. You see a KKK member was his friend. Okay, and it's disgusting. It's very disgusting. It was his mentor, his friend, and he also lied a lot. All right, that's what the people need to understand. This dude is the biggest liar ever. All right, let's check that out. This is a Doc Rich clip. All right, if you never heard of Doc Rich, go look him up, subscribe, hit him up. All right, I didn't play the whole video. I'm just playing clips, just to let you see the BS on your boy Biden, man. He's a bunch of BS.
I got involved deeply in the civil rights movement, and so I got involved as a kid in the civil rights movement.
I was not an activist. I worked at an all-black swimming pool in the east side of Wilmington, Delaware. I was involved. I was involved in what they were thinking, what they were feeling. I was involved, but I was not out marching. I was not down in Selma. I was not...
Did you just hear that? I was not... He says one thing and then say another. All right? He says one thing and then says another. Like, come on, guys. Come on. It's ridiculous. All right? And then look at this. Everybody think this dude gets supported. Look at this. No support at all. This is not even a half of a gym. But look at Biden's area. Like, come on. He's not getting no support, man. It's an illusion. And if you believe the illusion and you believe the lies, man, oh, man, please be prepared not to believe the lies that are coming out of the leftist media. It's very sad, man, that us as Americans and American citizens are seeing all of this today, man, and it's very sad, man. Like, America is declining, and my thing is I need to figure out how to get dual citizenship, how to not just stay here, because if you know history, man, people go here, they go anywhere, they go where they want to go. We don't have to stay here in America. And they know that. So they're going to try to create something where you can't leave. Understand? And I want people to understand that. They're going to create something where you cannot leave. And if you leave, then they're going to try to stop you. They can stop you with wiping out your bank account and things of that nature, because that's the system that they are pushing. And yeah, man, but let's get into this video, because I just found out President Trump holds a major press conference. All right, so let's see what it do, because they starting, like, his press conference is starting. I don't see him yet. I'm trying to make, let me see, should I just put it on, because he's not talking yet. But let's just put it on, man. It's live, and because we gotta show these things, man. You dig? So I'm supposed to do a press conference, so right now they setting everything up. I'm not gonna put it on just yet, but you hear the commotion and everything. I love my city, man, and a lot of people don't understand that Trump is a diehard American. He just happened to be a businessman that does real estate, who makes good money in real estate, right? Mind you, though, this needs to put people in good thinking. A lot of people think that everything is going on with Trump is like everything is negative. And it is negative in regards to the Democrats bullying him. Because the reason why they could bully him like this is because he is not a career politician. If he was, maybe he could have some power going back at them, but it's not happening because he's not a career politician. He's a businessman. Number one, he does for the people. He don't do for corporations. This is why the corporations and everybody else is mad at Trump, because he is not taking no side money from these people. He's already a billionaire, so he's not doing no favors. He's like, listen, I'm here for the American people. You can't pay me to do what you want to do. I'm going to do what I need to do for the American people. And that's just that, all right? And a lot of people don't understand that. The 50 plus and up don't understand that. But they soon gonna realize, man, this is history right now. A lot of people don't know that Trump does good business, all right? And he's knocking out the bad business because look what's going on. There's bad business going on all through New York. In his own city, they framing him, yo. He helped build New York City, man, for the past 40, 50 years. A lot of people, if people realize what's going on, people will remember that when Trump was in office, everything was good, man. When Biden got in office, everything declined. Everything. Gas. People, money trickling down. 2 wars. Hawaii fires. Train derailments. Yo, it just goes on and on and on and on and on. WEF, talking about whatever that he's supporting. BG, the bad guy from, I don't even like saying his company or his name, but you're going to know who I'm talking about. Microwave Soft, all right? These dudes are trying to take over the world. They're trying to take over the world through digital, through Bitcoin, through whatever you want to think of. Food, everything. We got to stop it. And the way we stop it, November 5th. Vote Trump, baby. All right? We can't be like, come on, man. We can't be just going along with the BS, man, for real. Thinking everything is going to pan out awesome or whatever. And it's not. It's not. Because people being hopeful, nah, we can't be hopeful. We got to put the work in. And the work in is going to be on November 5th. And cast your vote. Alright? And go with groups. Alright? Go with groups. Come around, go with groups and be like, come on, let's go together. Let's vote. Alright? And that's what it's about, guys, because please look at the proof, man. Like, look, there's a lot of proof out here, man. A lot of proof out here that it's corruption going on in New York. For real. Even on social media, I was trying to post all the good, like all the support that Trump was getting. You know what I'm saying? I was basically like helping. I was watching, and I want to repost some of them, and it was not letting me repost nothing in support of Trump. So I'm like, come on, man. Now, look at this right here. You got people protesting saying he's a loser or whatever. There's only like 1 or 2 people holding up the signs. I will go back and show you, but that's negative, man. I want y'all to see the good. Alright? Because there's a group out there that's supporting Trump that this is what? The Associated Press? No, the New York Post. Trump just came through.
I got no feelings for these says the understrong solution is I can tell what it is. Hey, in 2024, who y'all voting for? In 2024, who y'all voting for? Play the track loud, make sure the speakers thump. Does everybody know Joe?
Alright, look at the small group. Look at the small group. You see the small group right there? That's Look, this how you know the majority want Trump in office. Look at this. Come on, guys. It's Trump, baby. Let's go. This lady getting paid to do this show. I don't care what nobody say.
Back to work. If BLM was here, they'll have no problem with them staying here.
Man, I wish I was in New York, man. I'd be down there supporting Trump too. Let's go. Look at the support, guys. For Trump overpowers the people that don't support Trump. So the majority want Trump. Alright, guys? Come on. Can't wait what he gonna say. I already know what he gonna say. You know what I'm saying? Because he's being bullied. And we need to show out November 5th and vote Trump. Understand, people? We gotta show up and show out. Show up and show out November 5th. Alright? Trump just arrived. He just drove past. And I guess we're just waiting for his press conference. Alright, this is live right now. I'm not live. You know what I'm saying? I'm not live. But this video right here is live, man. And I might as well be live, but I'm not live. I'm recording it. I'm recording the live. So once I'm finished, once the live is finished, it's going to upload. So it's going to be like it was live, I'm going to post it right after. It's a beautiful thing seeing the support for Trump right there. And it comes from all walks of life. All walks of life. Beautiful thing, man. But what fake media is going to show you is he's not getting support. I believe the New York Post is a Democratic paper, so I think the Daily News, no. I think the New York Post is a Republican newspaper, and the Daily News is a Democratic newspaper out there in New York. And, yeah, man, that's Trump 2024, baby. I don't know why they started the live, because I don't know how long this is going to be, man. I want this to hurry up and start, you know what I'm saying? I thought this conference was going to start like this, but I got patience for Trump. I don't got patience for Biden. But everybody in New York, man, to all my people out there watching from New York, please, November 5th, show up, show out, and vote for Trump. Don't go out there being lazy and accepting mail-in ballots. Please don't be lazy, people. Don't be lazy, people. We need everybody to show up and show out. Cast that vote. You understand me? If you didn't register, go register. Go get your ID. Go whatever. Do whatever you need to do. November 5th, alright? It's a few more months away. We gotta handle our job, man. You see what Democrats is doing? You see what they doing to Trump? They're bullying him to the 100th power, yo. Because he's not a career politician, so they can easily bully him because he's not a career politician. That's what some people don't understand. He's not a career politician, so he don't control the DOJ. He don't control the court justices. He don't control these things. Now Biden been in politics for 50 years and he ain't done nothing good. Nothing. Everything has been just going downhill, man. I'm just looking at my city, man. I'm from New York, man. I moved out of there because I follow policy and law, and their policies and laws in New York ain't sitting right with me. And everybody should go look up their policies and laws of where they stay at so you can understand everything. And it all starts with the state's constitution and things of that nature, your city's constitution, whatever. Study it, alright? So you can know what you're going through if you're going to stay there, alright? Yeah. It's just a lot of police work going on. A lot of police work going on and stuff like that. Let me give you a quick view, man. Alright, here we go, baby. Here we go, people. Here we go. Yo, let's do our part November 5th, people. I'm going to keep saying this. Do our part. To all my people that's going to vote for Trump, please go in groups. Go with somebody. I mean, so y'all could, and also observe your surroundings when you do go out to vote. This is a different time, a different type of energy going on around this time. So be very cautious when you're going out to go vote. I'm not saying this to scare anybody. I'm just making sure people are alert and they show up and show out, people. All right, it's Trump 2024, and we gotta do what we need to do, man. This is a Donald Trump press conference. What they're gonna do, we already know what's gonna happen. They're gonna try to make Trump look like he's some type of convicted felon. That's gonna be their favorite word that they're gonna keep putting out: convicted felon, convicted felon, convicted felon. All right. I know people who are good people who are convicted felons, and they change their life around. And they have a great life, you know what I'm saying? So always know that when somebody has a convicted felon title over their head, don't think that them people are just bad people. A lot of my family members are convicted felons and things of that nature, and they switched up their whole life. And that convicted felon title that's over their head doesn't do anything to them because they open up businesses, they basically, tore that title down and created their own title and put their own title over their head, regardless of what the system is saying, you know? That's the beautiful thing of America. You can turn around, you can switch your whole life around. That's the good thing of being a human being, that you can switch it up. You could be a bad person, know what you did wrong, know what you did was wrong, and forgive yourself and start over. Trump, to me, he is not a criminal. To me, in my eyes, he is not a convicted felon. To me, in my eyes, he is the 47th president. And please, people, November 5th is when we need to go ahead and vote. Okay, people? We gotta do our job. We gotta do what we need to do. Alright? We gotta do what we need to do for Trump. Alright? We gotta do what we need to do. November 5th. Trump is not a convicted felony in my eyes. That charge is bogus. Those are bogus. him being guilty is bogus. Everybody needs to know that. Everything the Democrats are bullying Trump with is bogus, alright? We need to know this. We need to know this. You gotta let everybody know. You gotta let everybody know. Alright? You gotta let everybody know. Alright? People need to know. People need to know, man. Because what happened yesterday, very sad for America, man. Very sad for New York. Right now, the press conference is being set up. This is going on live. Once this live is done, I'm posting it. Right after this live is done, I'm posting. So you see the media, you see the support for Trump. All right. Now, mind you, just to let you know, Trump provides jobs. He's a businessman. He provides jobs and things of that nature for the people. The 4 years he was president, no wars.
Testing 1, 2. I am testing the mic. We just updated
No
the malt box
inflation.
right now, so I'm just testing it. Testing 1, 2. Hello, hello. Hopefully the other malt box is working. I'm speaking
No
at a normal
weakness was
register.
being
It's not a very
shown.
high register or anything.
No weakness was being shown. Trump was showing strength. The economy was booming. No wars. No Hawaii fires. No train derailments. It was just his presidency was infiltrated by the Democrats in regards to C-19 and Fauci. They created that so Trump can lose some type of power controlling the world and the country. And it worked. It worked. And people be prepared because it might happen again around November or before November. They might try to pull a fast one with another pandemic. Now, everybody needs to realize that this is how they think, this is how the elite see the people as stupid and very forgetful, because they are going to pull this stunt. They're going to pull a Civil War stunt. They're going to pull a, Trump is a convicted felon stunt. They're going to pull all types of stunts out the hat. And everybody needs to be prepared for that. All right? As you can see, there's media on the right and support for Trump on the left in this clip right here. All right, so let me bring the audio back. It's Trump 2024. November, let's show up, show out, and let the Democrats know you don't want Dementia Joe. Hey, did that actually rhyme right there? I think it did. We gotta let everybody know November 5th and vote that we don't want Dementia Joe. You understand me? Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, man. It's crazy, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy out here in these streets, man. Out here in these political streets. Out here in these political streets. These political streets. Political streets is looking crazy. Crazy, guys. Vote accordingly. Alright? If this economy is hurting your pocketbook, hurting your wallet, hurting your livelihood, hurting your family members, then you already know you gotta vote accordingly. That means that Bidenomics is not working for you. Bidenomics is not working for you. We already know what Trumponomics was doing, what MAGAnomics was doing. We had this guy for 4 years already. So what the Democrats want you to do, they want you to forget what they done to you. But we remember the good old days. We remember the good old days, the Trump era. The 4 years he was president. Everything was good. Even though C-19 happened, we already know why the C-19 happened because, hey, what's going on? We already know what the C-19, we already know what why that happened. That was the Democrats trying to grab control, trying to take control from Trump. And it worked. That's why Biden got in office, because of that COVID BS. And then they used that to win the election. And then used mail-in ballots to win the election. Alright? Let's not do that this year. If you get mail-in ballots, let's not fill them out and go out mailing them. No, we gotta show up and show out November 5th and go vote. Because if you do it like that, then the cheating is always gonna be there. Alright? Let's make sure it's too big to rig. Let's make sure we show up and show out. Alright? Now, as you can see, everybody waiting for Trump to come out. And yeah. We're waiting. I'm waiting. Let's go. Trump 2024, baby. I already have an idea on what he might say. He knows that they're gonna put that word out, that title over his head constantly on media. They're gonna say, convicted felon, convicted felon, convicted felon, convicted felon. And you gotta know it's full of crap. Alright? We gotta know it's still Trump 2024. We gotta vote out Dementia Joe. Let's go. Yiddy. Alright, so right now, let's be patient. Let's be patient. Let's wait for Trump. Alright? And yeah, let's go. Trump 2024, show up, show out, November 5th. Alright? We make the decision. Not the Democrats. They don't make the decision on who becomes president. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to destroy America's system. Alright? Let's go. Trump 2024, baby. This is a live. This is a live. I'm not live, but this Trump conference is live. I'm posting this up once it's finished. Alright? So, yeah, man, everybody's still waiting for Trump, man. Alright, we're trying to be first to give you the scoop on what Trump talking about. You understand me? So, yeah. So while we waiting, while we waiting for Trump to say something, man, let me just put in some stuff, man. Now, a lot of people know that the Hawaii fires and stuff like that happened, right? Guess what did now? And the people found out that you got a blue roof, it's not gonna burn. You got a blue car, it's not gonna burn. All right. Look what this dude said. So he said to somebody, you notice when you fly over with a helicopter, those places with blue roofs, they didn't burn. So we gotta change that anyway. That's what Dementia Joe said. Okay? That's what Dementia Joe said. I don't know if you heard that. Let me play it one more time. See, he got caught. He got caught. Alright? He got caught. Anyway. He know he got caught, so he said anyway. Y'all want that back in office? That's how you know what happened in Maui happened on purpose. Okay? What happened in Maui happened on purpose. You heard what he said? We gotta do something about that. Because those people that got them blue roofs, their house didn't burn down. So they can't come in with the fake propaganda of, oh, we come to help you, and then do the land grab and be like, oh yeah, here go a little 5,000-10,000, go someplace else, and then they take over their land and their house and they build something else. That's their plan. All the rich elites trying to go over there anyway. Alright? We gotta be smart people, man. I'm telling you, man. You see the BS of what's going on, man? You know what I'm saying? Let me show you another one, man. Look at this one, because this is good news, but they still gonna try their best, alright? Read this. Yeah, Biden is part of that. Who fails to secure global pandemic treaty? Alright? That pandemic treaty is about taking over all your rights and liberties in regards to if another pandemic happens, which they know is going to happen because they are creating the pandemic. So I'm glad it didn't work, but they still going to try, because guess who's the biggest funder of the WHO Foundation? You know, the Bill Gates guy, the BG guy, the bad guy. All right? And people need to know this, man. All right? People think that dude is a billionaire, man. That dude is a trillionaire. He get 100 and something billion every single year. It's not, that's just his one vast of amount of money. No. This man makes 120 something billion a year. You times that 10, 20, 30, 100 times, yo. Come on. And all the other stuff that he's doing. Vaccines and the farming and all that. The fruit. The fake meat. Which I hope nobody eats that shit. Nobody don't touch nothing this dude is creating, man. For real. But anyway, we still waiting for the 47th president to talk to us, because yes, he is the 47th. Alright, what else, man? I just want to just show what's going on, man. Alright, look at this. They letting these immigrants vote. Alright, check this out.
They got their official non-citizen voter registration application. So there it is. The U.S. Capitol
I don't know if
has
you see
turned
it,
over
but right there,
control of its government in part to foreign nationals legally and illegally present in our nation's capital.
But it's a little document there that they showing that it's
our
a
enemies must be looking at an
non-resident
opportunity there.
registration, voter's registration card.
What country would allow its foreign capital to be controlled by foreigners? What country would allow its capital to be controlled by foreigners?
Not Trump.
This capital does. And
Not
it's done
Trump.
with the sufferance of Congress.
Joe Biden's America. All Alright? So while we waiting, we might as well just tapping into these other videos, man. Alright? Check out this throwback video of Ronald Reagan.
We the people tell the government what to do. It doesn't tell us. We the people are the driver. The government is the car. And we decide where it should go and by what route and how fast. Almost all the world's constitutions are documents in which governments tell the people what their privileges are. Our Constitution is a document in which we the people tell the government what it is allowed to do.
Y'all heard that. That's a fact. We control the government. The government ain't supposed to be controlling us. Oh man, we are playing a little backwards here, man. We gotta get things in order, man. We gotta get things in order. Alright? Oh yeah, a lot of people don't know this too. It says President Trump declassified Crossfire hurricane which implicates Obama, Clinton, and the CIA as the biggest scandal in American history. So they authorized deadly force against Trump with assassins and medics. The day Trump's property was raided, they wanted assassins and all that to get rid of Trump. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. Crazy, man.
President Trump is facing this unprecedented moment. This is why they sent in deadly force to go get these records.
Oh man, it's crazy, man. This world is getting crazy. They just don't like a winner, man. The winner is Trump. You dig? The winner is President Trump, B. That's it. Shout out to Trump, man. Alright, shout out to Trump, because these people are scared of Trump just because he does good business, man. It's very sad, man. Very sad. Let's bring the audio back, you know what I mean? To make some impressions for YouTube, you dig? Let's go. Oh, man. Sad day in America, B. The system is all messed up, yo. You dig? System is all crappy. That's why everybody leaving New York. I left New York. Deuce. It's over. It's over. Oh yeah. This is a brother here it's a brother here who follows what's going on also. And this is what he was talking about.
Bishop Mari Emanuel from Christ the Good Shepherd Church in Australia was stabbed. He lost his eye in a terrorist attack in April. Well, the government of Australia thinks that they have the right to have that video removed worldwide, including for you. Over the last month, Elon Musk has been in a legal battle with the Australian government over this very issue. And last week, he just chalked up another victory for free speech.
Billionaire Elon Musk is being congratulated for his win against the Australian government. Today, a federal court judge overturned a temporary ban of videos of the Western Sydney church stabbing on X.
The Australian government had ordered 65 video posts be removed for all X users, even those outside of Australia. Our concern is that if any country is allowed to censor content for all countries, which is what the Australian e-safety commissar is demanding, then what is to stop any country from controlling the entire internet? We've already censored the content in question for Australia pending legal appeal, and it is stored only on servers in the USA.
North America. This is exactly why we cannot allow our governments to start regulating the internet. Take a look at what's happening in Europe. Take a look at what's happening in Australia. As soon as they get a little taste of this power, they start regulating everything. And the fact that the Australian government thinks that they can censor our abilities and freedoms to see a video online
take me to war first. Listen, man, it's getting crazy, man.
From Christ the Good Shepherd Church in Australia was stabbed. He lost his eye in a terrorist attack in April. Well, the government of Australia thinks that they have the right to have that video removed worldwide, including for you. Over the last month, Elon Musk has been in a legal battle with the Australian.
You see that now? This is worldwide collective supporting BG, bad guy, and anybody else, man. Biden, Democrats, it's crazy, man. Like, but the people was working hard, man. We trying to stop the BS. We need to do our part. We need to do our part. You know what I'm saying? So let's bring the audio back. All right. So, yeah. Let's watch this because a lot of people forget in regards to vaccines and all that. Listen to this. This is a good one because they're gonna bring that back out. This is why they try to do the WHO pandemic treaty.
Right here, but you still got people starving in the whole world of shot. Yeah, see, ain't nobody saying nothing. Oh, you gotta take this shot. You better take it. It's to save your life, and it's free. We giving it free because it's to save everybody's life. If it's to save life, why ain't chemotherapy free? We giving it free. Why ain't insulin free? If it's to save everybody's life. Why ain't insulin free? If it's to save everybody's life. So it's to save my life. But you got people dying of malnutrition. And we can't plant a garden over there, but we can send shots everywhere around the world. And we can, somebody better open their eyes.
Did you hear that? You trying to save my life on giving me that? Why everything else ain't free? Why chemotherapy ain't free? Why? You know what I'm saying? They full of crap. But everybody believed, oh, I gotta take. Oh man, that's another issue. And guess who was the presidente that kept forcing you to take that? Go take the shot. Go get your boosters. It wasn't Trump. See, once Trump found out the BS, he said, yo, go get ivermectin. It's gonna knock it out. You understand me? Once Trump figured it out, he didn't force nobody to take anything. But when this guy got in office, he wanted you to take that. Something to think about on November 5th. You get what I'm saying? It looked like we still waiting for Trump. And we waiting, baby. We waiting. We don't care how long we got to wait. Alright? I'm waiting. I've been on here. We've been waiting for the past almost half hour. And I'm not mad. I know he's got a lot of stuff. I know he got a lot of things on his plate, man. And yeah, shout out to Trump. Shout out to Trump for fighting for the people. Shout out to Trump sacrificing his wealth, sacrificing his livelihood and everything, just so he can help the American people. That's big sacrifices right there, guys. Your favorite movie star, your favorite politician, your favorite celebrity, whoever you want to call it, would not make these type of moves right here. They probably would have gave up already. Do you understand that? Think about that. Think about that. They probably would have gave up already. Alright? So, everybody needs to really, really, really show out and show up. Show up and show out November 5th and gotta vote for Trump. You see how he's going hard for us? November 5th, we gotta go hard for him. Alright? He's not letting lobbyists come in and tell him what to do. Alright? Because he don't need the money. As you can see, Biden needs the money. He's taking money from Russia, Ukraine. He's even taking money off the top on countries where he's sending money. He taking money off the top. Oh yeah, I'm gonna send Ukraine $60 billion. He's taking $100 million off the top. He's enriching his family with our tax dollars, disguising it as aid for Ukraine. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. But we still waiting. We still waiting for the 47th president. We still waiting for the 47th president there. Donald J. Trump. Alright? Let me see if we can entertain ourselves with Instagram. Alright? Because I got a lot of this stuff on here, man. I got a lot of stuff on here. See? Here go another one. Alright? Here go another one. See? They are allowed to vote. I don't know if you can read that. They are allowed to vote. Alright? We vote for Trump. He's not going to allow this, guys. At all. Alright? Let's do what we need to do. Okay? We got to do what we got to do. This is ridiculous, guys. What else?
I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you. How many of you are sitting here now, about to cross this stage, and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are going to get in your career? Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world.
These are his beliefs, and he's welcome to them. I don't have to believe him.
This is someone who's practicing something called the traditional Latin Mass,
Yes.
which is a divergent from the majority of Catholics. It's compared to being cult-like and extremist like some religions in the Middle East and Asia.
Well, sir,
Oh my goodness.
everything that the man is saying have constantly been proven by, here's the word, data. Data is not belief, it's data.
Facts.
Married women with children are happier than those who are unmarried or those who are married and do not have children. And children with married biological parents tend to have better outcomes. So, it's very sad that everything that was normal 5 minutes ago is now extreme in the eyes of modern liberalism and feminism. Toxic feminism. I call it toxic feminism. I bet TikTok wouldn't like this. Zuckerberg wouldn't like this. It's called toxic feminism because modern liberalism and toxic feminism is destroying the structure of family.
Facts.
And that's not an opinion or a belief. It's a fact.
And it is a fact. They like to point out toxic masculinity. They like to point out toxic How is it toxic that I like to be manly? Because to me, masculinity means that I'm just a strong man. That's it. But it's toxic to people who is not masculine. It's toxic to people who are in fear of somebody who got muscles and who's tough and who do things the right way. Tough like a man. Oh my goodness, guys. Like it's getting ridiculous out here. But toxic masculinity is accepted everywhere, worldwide. Worldwide. Toxic femininity is accepted worldwide. Because you could be a gay, you can be anything, and they accept that. They accept artificial insanity over humanity. Alright, people? Remember this. They accept artificial insanity over humanity. Let that sink in. Think about it. Everything that's artificial is allowed. Alright? Let's bring the audio back. It looked like soon Trump should be coming out because they started adjusting, and I think they're still testing. so it's looking like he about to come out soon. Let's go. We see support on one side, you see the media on the other side. Let's go. Never surrender. Never surrender, baby.
Thank you very much, everybody. This is a case where if they can do this to me, they can do this to anyone. These are bad people. These are, in many cases, I believe, sick people. When you look at our country, what's happening where millions and millions of people are flowing in from all parts of the world, not just South America, from Africa, from Asia, from the Middle East, and they're coming in from jails and prisons, and they're coming in from mental institutions and insane asylums. They're coming in from all over the world into our country. And we have a president and a group of fascists that don't want to do anything about it. Because they could right now, today, he could stop it. But he's not. They're destroying our country. Our country is in very bad shape. And they're very much against me saying these things. They want to raise your taxes by 4 times. They want to stop you from having cars with their ridiculous mandates that make it impossible for you to get a car or afford a car. It make it very possible for China to build all of our cars. It's a very serious problem that we have. We just went through one of many experiences where we had a conflicted judge, highly conflicted. There's never been a more conflicted judge. Now, I'm under a gag order, which nobody's ever been under. No presidential candidate's ever been under a gag order before. I'm under a gag order, nasty gag order, where I've had to pay thousands of dollars in penalties and fines, and was threatened with jail. Think of it, I'm the leading candidate. I'm leading Biden by a lot, and I'm leading the Republicans to the point where that's over. So I'm the leading person for president, and I'm under a gag order by a man that can't put 2 sentences together, given by a court, and they are in total conjunction with the White House and the DOJ, just so you understand. This is all done by Biden and his people. Maybe his people more importantly. I don't know if Biden knows too much about it, because I don't know if he knows about anything. But he's nevertheless the president, so we have to use his name. And this is done by Washington, and nobody's ever seen anything like it. So we have a judge who's highly conflicted. You know what the confliction is. Nobody wants to write about it, and I'm not allowed to talk about it. If I do, he said, I get put in jail. So we'll play that game a little bit longer. We won't talk about it, but you're allowed to talk about it. I hope you do, because there's never been anybody so conflicted as this. As far as the trial itself, it was very unfair. We weren't allowed to use our election expert under any circumstances. You saw what happened to some of the witnesses that were on our side. They were literally crucified by this man who looks like an angel, but he's really a devil. He looks so nice and soft. People say, oh, he seems like such a nice man. No, unless you saw him in action. And you saw that with a certain witness that went through hell. And when we wanted to do things, he wouldn't let us do those things. But when the government wanted something, they got everything. They got everything they wanted. It was a rigged trial. We wanted a venue change where we could have a fair trial. We didn't get it. We wanted a judge change. We wanted a judge that wasn't conflicted. And obviously he didn't do that. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. We had a DA who was a failed DA. Crime is rampant in New York, violent crime. That's what he's really supposed to be looking at. Crime is rampant in New York. Yesterday in McDonald's, you had a man hitting him up with machetes, a machete. whoever can imagine even a machete being wielded in a store, in a place where they're eating and he's going rampant, and Bragg is down watching a trial on what they call crimes. They're falsifying business records. That sounds so bad. To me, it sounds very bad. You know, it's only a misdemeanor, but to me, it sounds so bad. When they say falsifying business, that's a bad thing for me. I've never had that before. I'm falsifying. You know what falsifying business records is? In the first degree. They say falsifying business records. Sounds so good, right? It means that legal expense, I paid a lawyer, totally legal. I paid a lawyer a legal expense. And a bookkeeper, without any knowledge from me, correctly marked it down in the books. A very professional woman, highly respected, she testified. Marked it down in the books as a legal expense. So a legal expense, paid a lawyer, is a legal expense in the books. It's not sheetrock, construction, or any other thing. It's a legal expense. Think of that. This is what the falsification of business records were. And I said, what else are you going to call it? What else are you going to call it? Now, I would have testified. I wanted to testify. The theory is you never testify, because as soon as you testify, anybody, if it were George Washington, don't testify, because they'll get you on something that you said slightly wrong, and then they sue you for perjury. But I didn't care about that. I wanted to. But the judge allowed them to go into everything that I was ever involved in, not this case, everything that I was ever involved in, which is a first. In other words, you could go into every single thing that I ever did. Was he a bad boy here? Was he a bad boy there? And my lawyer said, what do you need to go through? And all you wanted to do is testify simply on this case. Because I would have loved to have testified. To this day, I would have liked to have testified. But you would have said something out of whack, like it was a beautiful sunny day and it was actually raining out. And I very much appreciate the big crowd of people outside. That's incredible what's happening. The level of support has been incredible. So the whole thing is, legal expense was marked down as legal expense. Think of it. This is the crime that I committed, that I'm supposed to go to jail for 187 years for. When you have violent crime all over this city at levels that nobody's ever seen before, where you have businesses leaving, and businesses are leaving because of this, because heads of businesses say, man, we don't want to get involved with that. I could go through the books of any business person in this city, and I could find things that in theory, I guess, let's indict him, let's destroy his life. But I'm out there, and I don't mind being out there, because I'm doing something for this country, and I'm doing something for our Constitution. It's very important, far beyond me. And this can't be allowed to happen to other presidents. It should never be allowed to happen in the future. But this is far beyond me. This is bigger than Trump. This is bigger than me. This is bigger than my presidency. And the people understand it, because I just see a poll just came out, the Daily Mail. That was the first one, came out, it was done last night right after the verdict, where I'm up 6 points. 6 points from what we already were. We were leading fairly substantially. We're up 6 points in the Daily Mail poll. Now, maybe other polls come out and it says something differently. But a lot of people have predicted it, because the public understands, and they understand what's going on. This is a scam. This is a rigged trial. It shouldn't have been in that venue. We shouldn't have had that judge. He should have allowed us to have an election expert. We had the best expert, most respected expert, head of the Federal Elections Commission. He was all set to testify. He was waiting for 2 days. And when it was his turn, Bragg's people protested. And the judge knocked him out, said you can't testify. He actually said you can't testify for anything having to do with the trial. You can say what the federal elections is. Well, that doesn't help. Everybody knows that. But you can't testify. So essentially, he wasn't able to testify. Other people weren't able to testify. But with these people, they were able to use people salacious. By the way, and nothing ever happened. There was no anything. Nothing ever happened, and they know it. But they were as salacious as they could be, and it had nothing to do with the case. but it had to do with politics. And do you notice the timing? The timing was perfect. This case was dead. It was dropped by every agency, every governmental board. It was dropped by the highly respected Southern District. They said, no, there's no case here. It was dropped by federal election, and that's what it's about. This is about a federal election, not a state election. You're not even allowed to look at it. They took the state and the city, and they went into a federal election. They're not allowed. The people from federal election, Southern District, and Washington dropped the case. Everybody dropped the case. There was no case. Cy Vance dropped the case. And when Bragg came in, he said, this is the most ridiculous case I've ever seen. And who would have a certain person, again, gag order, who would have a certain person like this ever testify? He said, this is essentially one of the worst people I've ever seen ever to testify. He said, the craziest case I've ever seen, this is Bragg. Then when I announced I was running for president, long time later, they decided to revive this case. And they got a judge, Judge Marchand, who was responsible for another case that was also brought. It destroyed the life of a very good man, by the way. Destroyed the life of a very good man who went to prison once, and then they just put him in prison again because they said he lied. He didn't lie. I looked at the statements he made. In fact, he didn't remember something, and they put him in jail again. They've destroyed him. With me for many years, he was an honorable person. He was an honest man. And if you look at what he did, supposedly, it never happened. There's never been anything like this. Over the education of his grandchildren. Over, he didn't report that he had a car or 2 cars on his income. I don't know. I wonder how many people here have cars. I wonder how many people said, oh, gee, I have a car that's worth X dollars. How do you even figure it? And I guess you do have to report it, but I would say probably almost nobody does. Nobody even thinks about it. They put this man, they destroyed this man. But they put him in jail again because they didn't want him to testify. They didn't want him to testify. That's why he went to jail. They put him in jail twice. He's 77 years old. Now, normally I'd say that's an old guy, but I don't feel 77. Nobody ever says that about me. I'd like them to say, gee, we have to have a little sorrow for this man, because they just don't say that about me, but maybe I'm better off that way. I think I'm probably better off that way. But they put him in jail twice. And you have to see what they put him in jail. And he was threatened by the judge. This man was told, you're going to get 15 years in jail if you don't give up Trump. And he was told that. You're going to get 15 years in jail. And he made a plea deal because he didn't want to spend the rest of his life. And he was told that viciously. We're living in a fascist state. He was told that viciously. So you can go to jail for 4 months, 5 months, or you can get 15 years in jail. So do a plea. Almost who wouldn't do that plea? Everyone does those pleas. It's a horrible thing. There's a whole group of lawyers that fight that. It's so unfair. It's so unfair. But they destroyed his life. So many other things. You look at Southern District didn't want to bring the case. Nobody wanted to bring the case. And then, you know who didn't want to bring the case most of all? Is Bragg. Bragg didn't want to bring it. But then he brought it, and they tried to make it a different case. They didn't say legal expense equal legal expense. Again, if I wrote down and paid a lawyer, and by the way, this was a highly qualified lawyer. Now, I'm not allowed to use his name because of the gag order. But, you know, he's a sleazebag. Everybody knows that. Took me a while to find out. But he was effective. He did work. But he wasn't a fixer. He was a lawyer. You know, they like to use the word fixer. He wasn't a fixer. He was a lawyer. At the time, he was a fully accredited lawyer. Now, he got into trouble not because of me. He got into trouble because he made outside deals, and he had something to do with taxi cabs and medallions, and he borrowed money. And that's why he went. And then he pled to three election violations. And as soon as I saw that, I said, I wonder why he did that. He pled. He took a deal. Now, he took a deal because he wanted to get off. In other words, I'll take a plea deal and I want to get off. And he wanted to make a deal with the Southern District. And they wrote the worst report I think I've ever seen on any human being, other than the report that was written on James Comey by the Inspector General, a very great Inspector General, actually, wrote a report that was so bad. This one was possibly worse. The Southern District, the judge didn't let us use it. He said it's hearsay. I said, it's not hearsay. Wouldn't let us use it. This is about the man. But he got in trouble for a very simple reason. Because he was involved with borrowing a lot of money and he did something with the banks. I don't know if it's defrauded the banks, but something happened. You guys know what it is. And then in addition to that, he gave up on 3 things where he wasn't guilty. In fact, they were going to testify to that. The head of the FEC, the Brad Smith, the election expert, #1 rated in the country, was going to testify. He took a plea on 3 things. He just added them in because that gave him more bargaining power with respect to me. But the 3 things that he pled on, having to do with the election and having to do essentially a little bit with me, they weren't crimes. They weren't crimes. Nor is paying money under an NDA. So we have an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. It's a big deal, a non-disclosure agreement. Totally honorable, totally good, totally accepted. Everybody has them. Every company has non-disclosure agreements. But the press called it slush fund and all sorts of other things. Hush money, hush money. It's not hush money. It's called a non-disclosure agreement. And most of the people in this room have a non-disclosure agreement with their company. It's a disgrace. So it's not hush money. It's a non-disclosure agreement, totally legal, totally common. Everyone has it. And what happened is he signed a non-disclosure agreement with this person, I guess other people, but it's totally honest. You're allowed to make the payment. You don't have to make it, and you can make it any way you want. It's a non-disclosure agreement. And he signed that. And there was nothing wrong with signing it. And this should have been a non-case. And everybody said it was a non-case, including Bragg. Bragg said, until I ran for office. And then they saw the polls. I was leading the Republicans. I was leading the Democrats. I was leading everybody. And all of a sudden, they brought it back. It's a very sad thing that's happening in our country. And it's a thing that I'm honored. In a way, I'm honored. It's not that it's pleasant. It's very bad for family. It's very bad for friends and businesses. But I'm honored to be involved in it because somebody has to do it. And I might as well keep going and be the one. But I'm very honored to be involved because we're fighting for our Constitution. The money that was paid legally. There was nothing illegal. In fact, the lawyer in creating the NDA, because at that time he was a fully accredited lawyer. He wasn't a fixer. I never thought of him as a fixer. The media called him a fixer, or the prosecutors called him a fixer. He was a lawyer. And he was fairly good. Later on, I didn't like what he did. I didn't like, for instance, I didn't like that when I became president, he went around and made deals with companies. When I heard that, he was gone. He was gone. And he had payments coming to him, and a lot of this involved things that are very simple. There was nothing wrong. This was standard stuff, all standard stuff. Everything involved was standard. There was no crime here. In fact, I just watched a couple of the reports. You watched Jonathan Turley, Andy McCarthy, Greg Jarrett. You look at all of these people, Mark Levin, all very talented people, great people, many more. And they don't know me, essentially. They don't know me. They're legal scholars and experts. But I look at them, I watched Turley this morning saying, there's no crime here. Everybody says there's no crime here. Except for this DA that's got the city out of control with crime. It's absolutely out of control. So we have an NDA that was signed. We have legal expenses. And here's the thing, on legal expenses, you have 100 where they say they do a charge. I just recorded this out. Falsification of business records in the first degree. It sounds so bad. I said, wow. And even my own lawyers, I get very upset with them because they don't say what it is. They say, well, falsification of legal records is only a felony. Well, that's a lot. It's only they say a misdemeanor. But they try and bring it up to a felony if there's 2 crimes. They have all these different things. The other thing is they missed the statute of limitations by a lot. Because this was very old. They could have brought this 7 years ago instead of bringing it right in the middle of the election.
Facts.
So they missed the statute of limitations. They did everything. Now let me give you the good news. The good news is, last night, we just got a report this morning, in the history of politics, I believe, maybe I'm wrong, somebody will find that I'm wrong, maybe, but I don't think so. They raised with small money donors, meaning like $21, $42, $53, $38, a record $39 million in about a 10-hour period. No, think of that. I like those people. Because so far, I guess it's backfired. Now, I don't know. I'd rather not have it happen. I don't want to have it backfire. I want to win this thing legitimately, not because they were stupid and did things that they shouldn't be doing. They shouldn't have brought this case. They were saying it this morning. This is a case that should not have been brought. I watched Andy McCarthy say this is a case that should not have been brought. And that was this morning. But they all say that. Every legal scholar has said it. And these are great people that really understand the law. The other thing, a poll just came out. The first poll, I don't know, maybe others will be bad. But a poll just came out a little while ago. The Daily Mail. Does anybody read the Daily Mail? It's very good. They have a good poll. At least I like it today. And the Daily Mail just came out with a poll. And it has Trump up 6 points in the last 12 hours. 6 points. 6 points since this happened. Who thought this could happen? Because the people of our country know it's a hoax. They know it's a hoax. They get it. You know, they're really smart. And it's really something. So we're going to be appealing this scam. We're going to be appealing it on many different things. He wouldn't allow us to have witnesses. He wouldn't allow us to talk. He wouldn't allow us to do anything. The judge was a tyrant. And you got to see that with Bob Costello. A fine man. I've never seen anything like it. And neither has anybody that was in that courthouse where he demanded that the courthouse be cleared. Now, the good news is most of the people in the courthouse were the media. And anybody that was in the media of your fair, you'll say, wow. That was anger. That was crazed. He was crazed. And the reason that Bob Costello acted a little bit upset, which I think he has a right to, was that every question he was being asked was being objected to by the other side and sustained by the judge. Sustained. I think he did it many times. I don't know what the number, many times. Even I was sitting there saying, and these were basic questions. And I never saw anybody treated that way by a judge. And I've been treated very badly by 2 other judges also, because it's all the same thing. And it all comes out of the White House. Crooked Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of our country. He's the worst president in the history of our country. The most incompetent. He's the dumbest president we've ever had. He's the dumbest president, most incompetent president. And he's the most dishonest president we've ever had. And so many of he's a Manchurian candidate. You take a look at the way he treats China, Russia, so many others. You know, I ended the Russian pipeline. It was dead. He comes in and he approves it. And he gets $3.5 million, meaning $3.5 million is paid to the family, his family, from the mayor of Moscow's wife. And I said, where did that come from? Nobody wants to talk about it. But he's a very big danger to our country. And the only way they think they can win this election is by doing exactly what they're doing right now, win it in the courts because they can't win it at the ballot box. So we're going to show them that, we're going to fight. It's actually, I don't know, it's something where I'm wired in such a way that a lot of people would have gone away a long time ago. They would have gone away after impeachment hoax number 1. That was a total hoax. I had great support from the Republican Party, though. Then you had impeachment hoax number 2. And then they formed the committee. How about they formed the committee of thugs? The J6 committee of thugs. And they took their records and they destroyed all of the records after the committee was abandoned because those records were great for us. Now, can you imagine if Republicans did that? Everybody would have been in jail by now. Think of the unselect, I call it the unselect, they call it select committee, I call it the unselect committee of thugs. They meet, it's 100% Democrat and 2 past Republicans that are no longer Republicans and are no longer in business anymore, thank you. But it was all Democrats and 2 wayward Republicans. Liz Cheney and crying Adam Kinzinger. He cries every time he goes on television. He's the most emotional human being I think I've ever seen. And that was our representatives. These 2 people were our reps. So they had all the stuff that they're leaking. And then when it came time to look at the records, like where the police said and the Capitol Guard said that I supplied, think of it, that I recommended as many soldiers or National Guard as you want. 10,000. If you had 500, you wouldn't have had a problem. There wouldn't have been a J6, but Nancy Pelosi and the group didn't want it anyway. So they have testimony to all of that I did not attack the Secret Service agent in the front of the car. You know, these are strong people. And I supposedly went to the driver and I grabbed him around the neck. And he rebuffed me, and then I went to the other guy, who I think is a black belt in karate. And he's slightly younger than me, maybe 35 years, 40 years, 50 years. And I grabbed him around the neck and said, he's a black belt in karate. They know how to get somebody from around their neck. They would have gone like this, and that would be the end of that. Actually, I had a friend that said, you shouldn't dispute that. That makes you look like the toughest cookie we've ever seen. You should have let that go on. But the fact is, it never happened. It was all made up. And that was proven to be made up. It proved to be a false story. And they deleted and destroyed all of that information, every ounce of it. We're dealing with a corrupt government. We have a corrupt country. Our elections are corrupt. Our borders are open. Our borders are going to be closed very soon. November 5th is going to be the most important day in the history of our country. Now, when I say that, because my people are always saying, do this, because we're fighting for America, DonaldJTrump.com. I hope everybody watching right now, DonaldJTrump.com, because it really makes a difference. They have a lot of money on the other side. I don't know where they get it. Nobody knows where they get it. But for some reason, they get money. But they're not on the side of our country. In many ways, I think they hate our country. Who on earth can want open borders where people are allowed to pour in from countries unknown, from places unknown, from languages that we haven't even heard of? We have people sitting in schools with languages where very few people have ever even heard of these languages. It's not like Spanish or French or Russian. Languages unknown. We have people coming from corners of the globe, and many of them are not good people. Many terrorists, record levels of terrorism, record levels of terrorists have come into our country. Record. They've never seen anything like it. You know, there was a report that in 2019, I don't believe this, by the way, the media gave it, and it was good for me, believe it or not. They said in 2019, there were no terrorists recorded that came into our country. I don't believe that. I don't think that's possible. But they actually, 2019 was the Trump year. I don't believe that that could be possible. But they said no terrorists came into our country. So let's say it was close. Let's say it was close. but now record levels of terrorists, record levels, the highest level we've ever seen of terrorists, are pouring into our country. You have China, with just in the last few months, 29,000 people came in, and I looked at them on a line, and they look like perfect soldiers. They're almost all male, from 19 to 25. It looks like a recruiting exercise. They have beautiful tents. They have propane stoves. They have cell phones, the best you can buy. I said, what's going on? It looks like they're building an army right in our country. Now, I don't think that would happen, right? We're losing our country. And I really think that this is an event, what took place yesterday with this judge. Look, we have conflicted, but he's a crooked judge, and you'll understand that. And I say that knowing that it's very dangerous for me to say that, and I don't mind, because I'm willing to do whatever I have to do to save our country and to save our Constitution. I don't mind. So, thank you. So we will continue the fight. We're going to make America great again, very simple. When people fight MAGA, they say, we're going to fight our white Biden, we're going to fight MAGA, we're going to stop MAGA. It's make America great again. That's all it is, MAGA. Make America great again. Our country's in serious trouble. We owe $36 trillion. We were energy independent for the first time ever, and now we're begging Venezuela for oil. One statistic you have to hear. Venezuela was crime-ridden. Caracas, the cities, crime-ridden. 2 years ago, 3 years ago. They just reported a 72% drop in crime in the last year. Because all of their criminals, most of them, and the rest are coming in now, the ones that didn't come in. In Venezuela, their prisons have been emptied into the United States. Their criminals and drug dealers have been taken out of the cities and brought into the United States. And that's true with many other countries. The Congo has just released a lot of people from jail. Congo, Africa, just released a lot of people from their prisons and jails and brought them into the United States of America. This is what's happening to our country. And it's not sustainable by anyone. Little things like our kids can't have a Little League game anymore because you have tents and you have migrants living on the fields. That's the least of it. People are taking over our luxury hotels, migrants, and yet our veterans, our great veterans, are living on the streets like dogs. They're living on the streets. But migrants are living in luxury hotels in cities all over our country run by Democrats. So it's my honor to be doing this. It really is. It's a very unpleasant thing, to be honest. But it's a great, great honor. We're gonna do what I have to do. I'm gonna do it, and the support has been. That's why I mentioned the number of $39 million. That's why I mentioned we're up 6 points, and we went up a lot over the last month because everybody saw it was a rigged deal. It was a rigged trial. But we're gonna make America great again. We're gonna make it better than ever before. November 5th. Remember, November 5th is the most important day in the history of our country. Thank you very much.
Facts. Let's go, people. Let's go, November 5th. We show up and we show out. All right, people, let's do what we gotta do. Let these Democrats know what it's due. All right? That's the scene right there. He just left. And, yeah, guys, that's it. You know what I'm saying? So, vote for Trump. This was live. I'm going to post this ASAP. Please like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Please like, comment, subscribe. Please, because I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Thanks to you guys. I'm almost there. And thanks for watching. And I'll see you in my next reaction video. Peace.